We're here with Iowa the Tiger at the Rock the Caucus event at Valley High School in West Des Moines, Iowa. How's it going, guys?
Good.
It's
really
early.
well.
It's early? Okay, let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Lauren Tarver. I'm a junior polycom major.
I'm Sydni. I'm a senior journalism major.
I'm Karsten. I'm a senior polycom major.
So guys, what do you think this is? Do you think this is just another media wrangle, or do you think the students are going to be really involved?
I mean, personally, I think it's more of a media wrangle. I know how I was in high school. I was interested in politics, but a lot of my friends weren't. They were just looking for a way to get out of class. So for 600 seniors, you might get 200 that are going to show up and actually cast a vote, but you're going to get a lot of falls through.
Okay, well, I'll just go off of that. I went to a similar sized high school in Louisiana, and of course we don't have a caucus vote in Louisiana, but I know from when I was in high school still a lot of people were really civically engaged. I think this is a really big deal. It's a Rock the Caucus event at your high school. You know, so many candidates are going to be here. It's a really big deal. These kids have grown up in West Des Moines, and this is a really, really big deal in Iowa. They've grown up with their parents talking about it, their grandparents talking about it, everyone talking about it. Every single candidate that's come up and said, Iowans really, really care about this. And I don't really think that it's a way to get out of class. It's so much, it's this first step to a presidential election, and it's huge. It's a great magnitude, and I think it's really interesting. I think that the students will get a lot out of it.
I would have to have an opinion similar to Karsten, because I remember when I was in high school, I was also I love politics, but when they held something where maybe like a political figure was speaking, or we were watching something in class, like very few people were interested in it. And I mean, where I come from, maybe 30% of people vote normal elections and 50% for presidential elections. So it's like, it's really not that many people that are going to get active, but I understand what you're saying. This is Iowa, they grew up, this is a big deal here. But if you remember, like, you kind of think about the different rallies we've been to, we haven't really seen that many young people there. Like, you might see some kids with their parents, and you may see like a few people close to our age and a few people younger, but I haven't seen a big group of high school students. And since this is Iowa, I really did expect to see more groups, big political active groups with their high school, sweatshirts or something, just to go show that this is actually interested, they're interested in this, and I didn't see that.
The biggest high school group we saw was actually from out of town. It was from Cincinnati that had driven up. I didn't see a lot of Iowans, young Iowans out there. I saw a few at Ron Paul, you saw a few at Rick Perry, but most of it was, 40 years old, middle-aged whites. So it's just the honest truth. I don't really think they're going to be that interested.
And I wouldn't want to blame like the Iowans, because I feel like maybe they feel like the media has just gotten too involved. If you go to some of these events, like, it's ridiculous. Like, the media, you can't meet an Iowan. Like, the majority of the people we've met, they have been from out of town, or they want just to see the candidates. Very few of them are actually voting caucus people. And maybe like the people that live here have been turned off by all the crazy media frenzies that's been going on. They just feel like they'll stay at home. That could be it too.
And I definitely agree. At the Ron Paul event, there was a lot of youth, and if our reporter were to scan the room and just like, there's a large youth presence here. A lot of them were from Cincinnati. There's us. A lot of us look like high school age. I'm one of them. That's definitely a point to argue. But this is coming to them, and to say that this is an event that they don't really care about. They may not be out there at the caucus tonight. But then again, I wasn't a voting age in 2008, and I was still really involved. Maybe they can't go and cast a vote at the caucus, but they can say, oh yeah, Mitt Romney, oh, Ron Paul, oh yeah, he was here, he came to my high school, and now I'm a voting age in 2012. I remember what he said, and that was really, really impactful. So it may not be tonight, they may not go out, they may not canvass, they may not phone bank, but it's here, and it instills that message in their heads, and I think that that's fabulous. And I think that, Rock the Caucus is a great event, whether they're twiddling their thumbs in the back row or they're snapping pictures in the front.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to downgrade Rock the Caucus. I think it's a wonderful event as well. I just thought that we were trying to figure out, was it just for the media or was it really for the students? And I just felt it was more toward the media.
Okay.
I think it's both, but if it was
One more question. This is the most conservative field of Republican candidates we've had in a long time. Do you guys think that any of these students are concerned that their public funding of education is going to be cut?
I honestly don't think they know. Look at all the cuts that have been happening at our school, and students don't know there. It'll be on the front page of the Reveille, and they won't know till they can't sign up for a class. So I don't think they fully can understand what these candidates are, what they're going to cut and what they're going to bring.
Well, they're here, and if students are interested, I mean, it'll be presented. Do I think a candidate is going to come up and say, hey guys, you know, I can't wait to really cut education, I'm going to screw all of you over? You know, no one's going to say that. I mean, obviously, but I mean, they're here, the issues will be presented. There's probably going to be, you know, you argue there's a few students who are involved. Maybe those few students will ask it, and then everyone will know, all 600 will know.
I actually don't think it's going to be brought up today, because if you want a young vote, you don't want to say, you know, I'm cutting federal funding for education.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's going to be like, the speech is going to be very, it's great to be here, it's great to see young people involved, you should get out and vote and tell your friends. I just don't think, though, the candidates will actually let them know. It's more one of those selective misinformation type things.
I'm actually excited to see what questions the students ask. Like, maybe they are going to hit them with some hardballs that they aren't expecting. So, because, you know, students can come up with some very good questions and they're kind of like drawn back by, like, oh, you're really asking me this. So I want to see what they have to say.
I don't know, 2008 was probably an anomaly, but it was fantastic to see the surge of civic engagement among youth, and I'm excited to see if 2012 proves the same. So, we'll see.
All right.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you.